This is the Immobilization Skills Joint Injury Station. The station is designed to test your ability to properly immobilize a non-complicated joint injury. You are required to treat only the specific isolated joint injury to the joint. The scene size-up and initial assessment has been completed, and during the assessment a knee injury was detected. Ongoing assessment to the patient's airway, breathing, and central circulation is not necessary. You may use any equipment supplied for the station. You have 10 minutes to complete the skill station. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Follow me. Mr. Johnson, you may begin the station when you are ready.
Okay, we have our BSI. Isolated knee injury. I'm going to go ahead and have my assistant hold manual stabilization above and below the injury. Now going to assess PMS. We have good equal pulses. Ma'am, can you pull up on my hands? Push down. Which foot am I touching?
My left.
And which foot am I touching now?
My right.
Okay. PMS is good.
Motor, sensory, and circulatory function are present and normal.
Okay. We're going to use padded board splints to splint this injury. One on the inside of the leg and one on the outside of the leg. Having my assistant hold on to those while maintaining stabilization. Here we're going to be securing the leg to the splints above and below the injury. Now going above the injury. Now that we have the splint secure, I'm going to go ahead and reassess PMS. We have strong equal pulses. Ma'am, can you pull up on my hands? Push down. Which foot am I touching?
My left.
Which foot am I touching now?
My right.
PMS is normal.
Motor, sensory, and circulatory function are present and normal.
Okay, we're done splinting the leg. My assistant can release manual stabilization.
Okay, this concludes your random basic skills station. Thank you.
Welcome to your long bone immobilization station. This station is designed to test your ability to properly immobilize a closed, non-angulated long bone injury. You are required to treat only the specific isolated injury to the extremity. The scene size-up and initial assessment have been completed, and during the assessment, a closed, non-angulated injury of the radius was detected. Ongoing assessment of the patient's airway, breathing, and central circulation is not necessary. You may use any equipment supplied for the station. You have 10 minutes to complete the skill station. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, please follow me to the skill station.
Okay.
Brian, you can begin your station whenever you're ready.
Okay. Scene safe, BSI. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have my assistant go ahead and hold manual stabilization of the injury. So if you just hold right above and below the break. Thank you. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the PMS. Checking his pulse, Strong. Can you go ahead and squeeze my fingers for me? Thank you. Which hand am I touching?
Right.
And which hand am I touching?
Left.
Okay.
Motor, sensory, and circulatory function are present and normal.
Thank you. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to size up the splint. I'm going to put the padded side towards the injury. Grab the thing. Thank you. Next, I will secure the splint to the arm. But before I do that, I'm going to have him hold a gauze pad in his hand to maintain a position of function. Making sure that the straps are not on any joints. I'm going to place one strap above the brake and one strap below the brake. Making sure the knots are on the hard side of the splint. Now one below the brake. When I tie the knot on his back, I'm going to make sure to pad it. After I'm done with the sling and swath, I'm going to go ahead and reassess PMS. Checking his pulse. They're strong. Go ahead. Have him wiggle his fingers for me. Can you wiggle them for me? Thank you. Which hand am I touching?
Right.
Which hand am I touching now?
Left.
Motor, sensory, and circulatory function are present and normal.
Once I'm done checking PMS, I'm going to go ahead and have my assistant release manual stabilization, and I'm done.
Thank you, Brian. This concludes your Random Basic Skills Station.